6 billion human beings. One ball. 39 days. And a story so unbelievable. I still don't think the world is ready for what's about to happen. It's July 19th, 2026. MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. The biggest sporting final in the history of planet Earth is about to kick off. And somewhere in the crowd, sitting among 82,000 screaming fans, is a person who flew in from a Caribbean island so small that their entire country has fewer people than a mid-sized shopping mall. That island is called Curacao. They have a population of just 156,000 people, and they just qualified for the FIFA World Cup for the very first time in history, making them the smallest nation ever to reach the tournament. Iceland was the previous record holder. Curacao is less than half Iceland's size. BN SBORTSBN Sports. One of their own players said it perfectly. He said, "It's an impossibility that is made possible." BN Sports. That sentence alone should stop you in your tracks. But here's where it gets bigger. Much, much bigger. The 2022 World Cup final between Argentina and France drew 1.42 billion viewers, the highest audience ever recorded for a single sporting event in human history. Bigger than the Olympics. Bigger than any Super Bowl. Bigger than anything ever. World Cup Wiki. And that was just the final. Across the entire 2022 tournament, 5 billion people engaged with it in some form, equivalent to more than 60% of every person alive on Earth. World Cup Wiki. Now ask yourself, what does 2026 do? FIFA is projecting that approximately 6 billion people will engage with the 2026 tournament across broadcast, streaming, digital platforms, and out-of-home viewing. World Cup Wiki. 6 billion people. There are only 8 billion humans on this planet, and 3/4 of them are about to watch the same thing. The FIFA president put it best. He said, "A World Cup is 104 Super Bowls in a month, which is 3 Super Bowls a day." Newsenair. Let that sink in. Now let's talk money, because what FIFA has done with the prize fund for this tournament is, honestly, borderline criminal in the best possible way. The FIFA World Cup 2026 prize money pool is a record $871 million. The winning team alone takes home $50 million. Al Jazeera. But here's the insane part. Here's the part that makes your jaw drop. Every single team that qualified, even the ones who get knocked out in the very first round, is guaranteed a minimum of $21.5 million. Al Jazeera. That means Curacao, that island of 156,000 people, will walk away from this World Cup with more money than most small nations see in years of government budgets. This is a 65% increase from the $440 million prize pool at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. NYNJFWC 26. Football doesn't just change lives. At this level, it funds nations. But nothing is more electric than what's about to happen with the records. There is one record in football that has stood untouched for over a decade. One number that every striker in the world is stared at and quietly obsessed over. 16. Miroslav Klose, the legendary German forward, is the all-time top scorer in World Cup history with 16 goals. Al Jazeera. 16 goals across 4 tournaments. A number so dominant that for years, nobody came close. Until now, Lionel Messi sits just 3 goals behind that record at 13. Kylian Mbappé sits 4 back at 12. Telecom Asia. 2 players. 1 record. And here's why 2026 is the tournament where it falls. The 2026 World Cup runs 104 matches, 40 more than any previous edition. Apply the same goals per game rate as Qatar 2022, and you get approximately 280 goals across the tournament. Telecom Asia. More matches means more minutes. More minutes means more goals. And if either Messi or Mbappé goes deep into this tournament, they won't just touch that record. They'll shatter it. And now I need to tell you about the man who is playing in his last World Cup ever. Lionel Messi. Arguably the greatest footballer who has ever lived. Messi alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and Mexican goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa, will become one of only 3 players in history to feature at 6 separate World Cup tournaments. CNBC 6 World Cups. His first was 2006. He was 18 years old, and the world whispered his name like a prophecy. His last is 2026. He is 38, and this time, there is no next one. He already has the trophy. He already has the record for most World Cup appearances. He already has everything the game can give a man. But 3 goals. 3 goals stand between him and the one record he doesn't own. And the entire world, all 6 billion of us, will be watching to see if he reaches for it one final time. Now, step back from the players. Step back from the goals and the records and the prize money. And look at what this tournament is on a structural level. Because this is the part that historians will talk about for decades. For the first time in history, the World Cup will be hosted by 3 different nations simultaneously: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Wikipedia: 48 teams, 104 matches, 16 stadiums across 3 countries. That is 40 more games than the 2022 World Cup. Yahoo Sports. And built into this new format is something that has never existed before at any World Cup in 96 years of history. A brand new round of 32, a knockout round that never existed at any previous World Cup. Teams no longer go straight from the group stage to the round of 16. There is now a full extra knockout round in between. Yahoo Sports, which means more matches, more pressure, more heartbreak, more magic, more moments like Curacao, 156,000 people, standing on the same pitch as Brazil and France and Argentina and asking the world a very simple question. Why not us? Final beat, slow down, let it land. This is the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The most teams, the most matches, the most money, the most viewers in the history of sport. And somewhere in the middle of all of it, a record that has stood for 12 years is about to be broken. A legend is about to play the last match of his career. And a tiny island that most people couldn't find on a map is about to share a stage with the greatest footballers who have ever lived. 39 days, 6 billion people, 1 ball, and a story that hasn't been